TNA bans blood. I just want to just do this quick.
Oh yeah, I had a thing about I guess about Tony Khan too. Apparently
Oh,
Tony Khan wants less blood too.
oh. All right, well,
So
let's just like kind of group it. So there's boom, Tony
I
Khan wants
hadn't
less
heard this
blood.
about TNA, so
Oh, I was please tell me I took a picture of it to talk do more detail. But yeah, TNA came out with a statement. Yeah, there it is. So Fightful Select said that TNA has instituted some new rules with specific reasons. PW Insider reported this past week that an internal meeting was held in TNA indicating that they're no longer permitting blood. We're told that the company felt like that it went overboard of late and said that they wanted it to mean more whenever it was that they decide to do it again. In addition to that, John Alba of Sports Illustrated noted that TNA has been shopping Impact's broadcast rights around, something we can confirm they've been doing for quite some time. Alba noted that the edict to eliminate blood could have been a reaction to helping make it more broadcast friendly, which would make sense and understandably so why they are banning blood. And it might be segue back into your banner. It could be the reason why TK is even saying
well,
less blood on Dynamite.
because I mean,
Where'd
it's
you
like
see this?
I saw it. I don't know, last night or this morning. It was like he wants them to stop blading as much.
Well,
Um,
after last night, did you watch that?
no,
Did you?
I did
I
not.
thought
I
I'd like.
know. I know. I
I
need to.
thought I'd get
I
you
know.
on.
But
All right, but
anyway,
it was really good cage match, and John Moxley was bleeding profusely,
well, of course he was.
and
I commented on it and said it's a day that ends in Y. Like, am I supposed to be surprised that of all people, Moxley's bleeding?
he was
He gets
gushing.
off on it,
It
though.
was
That's
like
the thing.
Dusty Ric
So,
Flair esque.
see, but that's the thing. Like, I agree with TNA in the sense of like, obviously, if blood happens naturally, it's gonna happen. You cannot ban blood. You know, like if we're gonna talk about a bloody scene recently in WWE, that was when CM Punk hit Drew McIntyre in the head with the toolbox and just an instant, a pool of
Mm-hmm.
blood. Again, you can't ban that. That wasn't meant to necessarily happen,
Yeah, correct.
but the overuse of blood, I would say in AEW, it does lose the effect because even if blood is a part of professional wrestling, and I'm not saying that you should necessarily ban it, of course. Um it is something that you use to further along a story or a match, and it has to be like impactful, because if you're just bleeding every single week, to me it loses that shock value that you kind of want from somebody bleeding, because that's something that I've been saying, especially when it comes to Moxley. It's like Moxley likes to bleed, all right, like then if he's in a match where he's bleeding everywhere, but it's supposed to be like, oh, you're supposed to care. Why would anyone care? It's like the boy who cried wolf. No one's going to give a fuck that you're bleeding because you bled last week and the week before and the week before.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if that is kind of like maybe what Tony is going for, if this is legitimate or not, that's why I put a question mark. Then I think that makes sense.
He's been on record saying it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they just have to, when it comes to blading, I think specifically, again, if blood is happening naturally, it is what it is. Like that happens in real life too. If you fall, sometimes people get a cut knee and some people bleed, some people don't. But when we're blading on weekly television,
Yeah.
or you're watching a TNA or an AEW pay-per-view and there's blood literally in every single match, it becomes a part of the match. Like it just becomes a part of the show at that point. It at least loses any impact or value that it could hold. So I think I agree with that. I don't agree with the banning, but
All right. Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
this is what I'm saying. Like Trainer Red, they need to use blood when it makes sense. Like the blood in Tony Storm versus Mariah May
Yeah,
makes
that.
sense,
I'm sorry. It did. It did.
Yeah.
Ugh, it
Um
did.
Jimmy Uso bleeding the way that
Gunther.
Gunther, makes sense. You're right, but like, because the impact that moment had would not have been the same if Jimmy was not gushing blood. Like if there was nothing there, it would have been like, all right, cool, he's just like unconscious. But if that is something that is happening every single week, like
Mhm.
the impact that they wanted that image to have with Gunther like holding him up and wiping the blood on him, it wouldn't. It's like that had to exist for people to buy into that match and to buy into that feud. But if you're doing it every week, then what are we like? What are we talking about?
Yeah.
And I bad guy says it could be a bad move for AEW. I don't think it means that they're going to get rid of the blood. I think that they're just going to want people to stop blading as much. You know, and I mean, and that's a thing. And I've said it before. They were going down a tricky road because it is going to become a thing where it feels like that's a part of the show and fans are going to expect it. So it could be at a point where that's the problem that they have to face. But again, they chose that. So they'll have to deal with the potential consequences.